Every narcissist manipulates people to ensure the narcissist feels safe, as well as to get the validation and resources they seek. Although there are many different manipulation tactics narcissists use, they can be placed into 3 levels based on the awareness of a narcissist. When you know these 3 levels, you will be able to discern how aware the narcissist is about their behavior, how likely they are to change, as well as how best to deal with them. All narcissists will display tactics from level 1 and 2, but when they start to display tactics from level 3, get your running shoes. The first level is automated manipulation tactics. This is where the narcissist acts while being unconscious of their behavior or the impact it has on you. It's like they're on autopilot, driven by their own world of low empathy and intense self-focus. They rarely hit pause to consider what you might need or how their actions impact you. These behaviors are triggered automatically and act as a shield for the narcissist's ego and self-esteem, without them being fully aware they are doing it. It's like how your feet may operate the gas and brake pedals as you drive without you being fully aware of what you are doing, while you may be talking to a passenger or thinking about something important. Your subconscious operates at a habit level. For the narcissist, it could be things like you sharing having had a tough day, and suddenly they're off talking about how theirs was even worse. Or at a party, you open up about your life and they swoop in with stories to one-up you, making it all about them. These behaviors, like most others the narcissists do, is rooted in deep insecurities and a hunger to feel special and be the center of attention. Their reactions to perceived threats to their ego that were often formed as a child have become so routine that they are now unconscious habits and almost reflex-like actions. Like you will instinctively rip your hand away from a hot object, the narcissist will instinctively react to anything that causes their identity to feel threatened. They are thus unaware of how insecure and rude they appear to others. Stepping back, they might seem self-centered, lacking empathy, a bit rude, and socially clueless. This can make you feel frustrated, unheard, and angry with a narcissist. Yet, there's a silver lining at this level. Since the person isn't aware of how their actions affect others, common even among non-narcissistic folks dealing with insecurities, there's room for change. Try making them aware of how their actions make you feel or the other impact it has on you, such as saying to them that you feel unheard or that you do not matter to them when you tell them about your day and they immediately start talking about their day or something else. Realize that conflict of any kind or being told they are not perfect often cause unwanted emotions to rise in a narcissist they struggle to deal with. But if they genuinely care about you, they'll make an effort to change without needing ultimatums. Once they are aware of how their actions impact you, positive changes should follow. However, if they persist in these behaviors, it is a sign their manipulation tactics are already at the second level, being conscious manipulation tactics. As we've touched upon, at this level, the narcissist is fully aware of their actions and how they impact you. Despite knowing the negative consequences, they consciously prioritize their needs and desires over yours. Similar to unconscious tactics, these behaviors kick in when the narcissist's ego or self-esteem is under threat. The difference is they know they are doing it. This could be like you driving and going up a steep incline. You realize the car's speed is dropping and automatically change down gears, knowing what you are doing and knowing you could decide not to change down gears. But you decide to prioritize your need to maintain your speed above the longevity of a car by placing additional stress on the engine of a car to get it to perform at a higher level. Similarly, the narcissists know what they're doing, the impact it has on you, but chooses to continue with their actions. This level encompasses a range of manipulation tactics, such as blame shifting, gaslighting, lying, projection, and more, all in the defense of their fragile ego. It is important to realize that explaining to the narcissist the impact of their actions on you won't cause them to change. They're not oblivious, they simply don't care. While they might make promises or attempts to change, it's often for their benefit, as well as not long-lasting. Meaningful, lasting change is rare in narcissistic individuals. And the more entrenched their narcissism, the less willing and able they are to change. This paradox, someone claiming to love you yet purposefully hurting you, can be deeply confusing. It often leads to a cascade of problems, from constant anxiety and depression to feelings of hopelessness, anger, and even physical health issues resulting from the ongoing abuse. The first step is setting and defending your boundaries. Now I get it, it's not a walk in the park, especially if you're dealing with a narcissist who tends to bulldoze over your limits. Sometimes, victims might feel powerless because, let's face it, narcissists don't always play fair. If you lack leverage, they'll likely trample over your boundaries without a second thought. But hey, there's a silver lining. You can outsmart them by getting a grip on their patterns. Narcissists think they're these unpredictable, mysterious beings, but truth be told, they follow patterns like clockwork. Keep a diary and write down their reactions on what sets them off. With time, you'll decode their trigger points and recognize their go-to tactics. Armed with this knowledge, you can better sidestep triggering situations or brace yourself for their reactions. Maybe the best time to ask them something is after dinner, and the worst time is while they are watching a sports game. Or whenever you are in a hurry and announce a quick trip to the shops, they insist on going with, and then on purpose take an eternity to get ready. So just sneak out without even telling them. Now let's be clear, it is not about changing the narcissist. That's usually a lost cause. It's about navigating their emotional minefield to minimize the fallout. Ideally, leaving might be the best solution, but life isn't always that simple. So, work on making the best out of your situation. However, if you see the next level of manipulation tactic, run. Being planned manipulation. If the first two levels made your head spin, this one might just rip your heart out. We're talking about the kind of manipulation where the narcissist plans their moves for maximum impact. And trust me, it's a gut-wrencher. Accepting that the person who claims to love you can go to such soulless depraved depths where they actively sit and think how they can hurt you the most is often very difficult for victims to accept. Yeah, the original triggers might be the same. Maybe you unintentionally caused a narcissistic injury, or your success made them feel less than or threatens their ego. But instead of a quick, in-the-moment defense, it's a full-blown calculated attack designed to destroy you, because they see your success or you as an existential threat to their identity or image. For instance, advanced gaslighting where they hide your phone or car keys, only to replace them later, with the purpose of leaving you questioning your sanity. Or they may sabotage your car or damage your laptop, phone, or project with the intent of ruining your success. Some, especially covert narcissists, will act as if they are on your side to lure you into sharing your deepest secrets, only to turn around and use that intel to tarnish your name and reputation, or to destroy relationships or your success. Others might set traps by planting evidence or making false allegations against you, all to get you out of the way. If you spot these strategic moves, my advice, run. This level of manipulation is the red zone, and your well-being should always be your top priority. You will experience profound betrayal, which will leave you emotionally traumatized and make you question whether you can trust anyone ever again. You might be standing in the wreckage of your success, feeling so shattered that the idea of picking up the pieces becomes an unsurmountable task. And it doesn't stop there. Your joy, your appreciation for the good things, they become glass figurines in a hurricane. Because the moment you express any pleasure, bam, it's destroyed. This will cause you to have an emotionless existence. It's a heart-wrenching cycle that can turn your existence into an emotionless drift where nothing brings you happiness, causing you to wander aimlessly through life, feeling as if you have no purpose. This will not only break your spirit, but will tear your soul out. Telling the narcissist how their actions impact you often backfires and results in increased abuse and manipulation, as they now know what works. Predicting their behaviors are as accurate as a broken watch. At this level, the only predictable thing is that they will do whatever it takes to ruin your life. The only real solution is to get away from them as soon as possible and as far as possible. While you are still with them, the less they know about your life, the less they have to use against you. And the less contact you have with them, the better. As even innocent remarks about others can be twisted to be used to turn other people against you. Pleading and reasoning do not work. They utterly do not care. In fact, they might get a twisted joy out of seeing you in pain or a sick power boost from knowing they shattered your life. Often the harder they can make you fall, the more powerful they feel. We're not talking about the unaware jerks or the self-centered types here. At this level, we're diving into pure evil, the kind that's rotten to the core. There is no hope for them to change as they cross the point of no return by being willing to emotionally and even physically destroy someone just to soothe their bruised ego. They believe their feelings are more important than your success, happiness, and life. These malignant, sadistic narcissists are rare, but when you stumble upon one, be prepared. Know that they are often so good at lying and manipulation that even trained professionals might struggle to believe you and fall for narcissist lies. Judges, police, family, friends, don't expect automatic support, especially if you do not have physical evidence to back up your claims. And even then, it may be hard to convince people of how evil the narcissist is. Escaping this nightmare is possibly one of the hardest things you will ever do, but your life depends on it. For their sole aim is to destroy you so that they can feel good about themselves. When you're dealing with manipulation tactics at this level, it's not just a toxic relationship. It's a battle for your survival. Learn more about narcissism by watching the video suggested to you right now.